It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Williamtown residents are quietly celebrating and shedding tears of relief this morning after they reached an in-principle agreement with the federal government last night to settle a class action over the PFAS contamination crisis. The details are yet to be finalised. However, the government says it remains committed to engaging with the local community. At this stage, the terms of the agreement remain confidential and are subject to formal approval by the federal court. Paterson MP Meryl Swanson says she's incredibly proud of the community after a 5-year battle for justice.
When I heard Lindsay Clout's voice on my telephone very late last night saying to me, "Meryl, we've won," I just felt so proud of my community and what they've been through. And, they've been to hell and back. They really have. They've been so courageous. They've been smart. And this agreement last night is the first step in what has been a terrible journey for them.
Power has been restored to more than 14,000 homes and businesses in Newcastle, Lake Macquarie and other parts of the Hunter after a storm damaged power lines. Ausgrid crews have worked through the night to return electricity to customers. Sharon Ladera from the State Emergency Service says the region bore the brunt of yesterday's severe storm.
There was a detailed severe thunderstorm warning issued yesterday afternoon, causing heavy rain in the Newcastle area. In a 1-hour recorded period between 3 and 4 p.m, there were 74 mils of rain, resulting in the SES City of Newcastle unit receiving 64 requests for assistance.
The SES was also called to rescue a woman and 2 children trapped by flash flooding in a shop at Islington. 5 people were evacuated from the Outback Jack's restaurant at Glendale after the roof took a direct lightning hit, sparking a small fire. And a 26-year-old man has been taken to hospital after being rescued from the skate park at Islington just after 1:30 this morning. Former Knights star Jared Mullen is looking at making a return to professional rugby league after avoiding a jail sentence for supplying cocaine. The 32-year-old was instead handed a 3-year community corrections order along with 300 hours of community service. He's still banned from the NRL until January next year, but is still hoping to make a return to professional rugby league and becoming a role model to younger players. Hunter Water has been blamed in Wallsend on Tuesday morning after businesses were left without water. Cafes and hairdressers couldn't cater for customers and had to send staff home due to the outage and are now considering action. Wallsend MP Sonia Hornery says the community should have been notified.
I understand that at times Hunter Water need to undertake routine investigations that might involve outages, but obviously the community and businesses need to be involved too, because if you're going to turn the water off on a busy working day in the main street in a shopping strip, it is going to have a big impact on those people and their staff and their incomes.
Hunter Water has since apologised over the unanticipated outage to around 6 businesses, saying it had provided notice to 16 other customers and always endeavours to advise households and businesses of planned outages. The importance of Novocastrians' mental health and social well-being has been made apparent as Newcastle Council signs on to the National Communications Charter. The Charter will be implemented into Council's operations and sets the national standard for how to communicate about suicide and mental well-being. Deputy Lord Mayor Declan Clausen says the Charter will help Council appropriately discuss these important topics.
The Charter about the way which we talk about mental illness. It's about making sure that we use appropriate terminology and that we don't shy away from having a conversation that is exceptionally critical given the prevalence of mental illness that exists in the Newcastle community but also in the Australian community more generally.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights CEO Phil Gardner has denied speculation, saying they offered fullback Kalen Ponga a $4.5 million contract over 4 years. Gardner says they are in negotiation to extend his existing contract and hope to close a deal soon.
I've always said public, and I'll say it again, I think KP will take less money to stay here. I think he's happy here. I think the family's happy here. But at the end of that, they'll have their view on all of that. And I've found all dealings with the Ponga family to be really honourable. They're up front. They give you their word, they'll keep it. At this stage, we're hoping that we can get something done reasonably quickly.
Jets striker Tara Andrews is keen to finish the season the Newcastle way after taking a club-worst loss against Melbourne victory on Sunday. Andrew admits the team was still recovering after the embarrassing 7-0 loss, but says they'll give everything in that final match against Adelaide tonight. And Surfest Champion Tour competitors Joanne Defay and Amuro Suzuki have withdrawn from the 5,000-point qualifying series event at Merewether. That's sport. I'm James Forgacs.
And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 26, 12, 31, 45, 20 and 16, and the supplementaries are 24 and 43. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.